Good morning. Dude, what the fuck? Oh, there we go. What's up, boys? Good morning. Happy Sunday. I love that song. I love that intro, right where the the big horn comes in, man. Oh, dude, that song is a masterpiece. This song is a masterpiece. China, what's up, man? Good morning. DK, good morning. How you boys doing? Dude, yesterday was so much fun diving into fake world assets. That was awesome. I needed that. Like I needed that deep dive. I needed to wrap my head around what that thing is. And I kind of left it and played around on the platform a little more, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and it's all over my timeline too, man. Everybody's talking about FWA. I kind of left it off a little unsure about the platform. Love the platform. I think we're on the same page there. Love the platform. It's incredible. It's so well designed. And but I'm kind of left with questions that I know will get answered, but I'm left with questions about what gets implemented next on the platform to keep people wanting the token. Kind of where we left off yesterday, talking about what's going to be the utility of FWA, the token, and that's all that's going to matter. And I'm stuck on that. What's going to be the utility of that token, and what are they going to do to make sure that there are Grail NFTs put in the protocol? Because without that, I don't think the platform has legs beyond the initial that 15-20% of tokens emission that goes for the next 9-ish days. Beyond that, I don't know what'll keep it going with no token that doesn't have a utility. And that said, I think Adam is going to have something cooked up for that. I do. I think he's going to. I usually lean on that side, a little optimistic or whatever. You know what I mean? I think Adam is going to have something there. It's dude, really cool. By the way, Luke, good to see you, man. I love when Luke comes by. Hoods, same thing, dude. It's good to see you, sir. Hope you're good. Hang on. GG, what's up, man? Good morning. CJ, just broader, general, how are you feeling about stuff? How are you feeling about the economy? How are you feeling? Just in I always got to get CJ's take because he's that guy, you know? He's that guy. Dude, when I did the title of today's stream, I knew it'd be, I was hoping it'd be a smaller stream. You start getting a feel for what words will bring eyes and, whatever. As small as we are, right? And I think this is going to be a nice, small, comfy one. And that's good. And I some of the ones I want to keep kind of comfy when I want to talk a little, I don't know, get a little more in the feels about NFTs and where I think they're going and the why. And today, a little broader too, the market. And I'll tell you this, I think people are missing, I think, what the next meta is going to be, right? Everybody is, I'll probably just say it here instead of just like drag it on. Instead of what everybody thinks is going to happen, which is a new meta is going to pop off, right? There's going to be a new meta that comes, and just be ready for that. Be ready and be waiting for the next thing to pop off. We know there's going to be something new. And the thing everybody says is the old stuff dies. It's always a new crop of coins. It's a new crop of NFTs. But it's new stuff. The old stuff, leave it. And I think everybody's wrong. I think everybody's wrong about that. And what I think is, and I feel this, like this is what I do. Like, my takes are not technical. My takes are based on like what feels right. And I've learned to trust my intuition with that stuff. And what I'm feeling is people have been so burned by crypto for so long now, and they've lost so much trust in everything, that when the money comes back to this, and it's the institutional money that's coming, I don't know if the Clarity Act passes. If it does, that's so good for this industry. And it makes me so optimistic on the kind of money that's coming to the industry. And at some point that happens, right? But when it happens, to me, it's not a new meta, and it's not a new tech, like sector of crypto. It's nothing new. To me, that money is going to pour into the stuff that survived, the quality things. To me, the things that are going to go parabolic, it's Bitcoin. It's the old faithful. It's ETH. It's probably Sol. It's the old meme coins too, though, and that's the biggest thing I think people are going to miss. They're expecting it's going to be a new meme coin, and those will pop off too. But man, I'm more convinced than ever it's going to be Doge that does crazy numbers, and it's going to be Sheeb. It's going to be the old stuff that comes back and gets ridiculous. I never really thought that's how it would play out. Long run with NFTs, yeah. Right? Long run with NFTs, I believe that about CryptoPunks especially, right? But crypto, I can't shake this feeling now that the money wants to come in and the money doesn't trust enough. There's not enough worth being trusted in the space. So the money wants to come in. Well, what does it allocate to? None of the new shit. Something like hype is, I'll still call new. Hype, yes. Pump, maybe yes too, but it's the old stuff, and it's the stuff that's now multi-cycle that I think is going to get ridiculous. I want to just say that out loud and put it out in the universe, because I think that's what's going to happen, and I think it's going to surprise people. In the same way, I think on Chart Monkeys mentioned it, that like Dr. Profit, right? And he's been so great with his calls, and he'd been calling that Bitcoin was going to get as low as like maybe mid to upper 30s, somewhere in the 40s. He thought we had a big bottom still coming, right? Or a much deeper bottom. That sounds horrible, whatever. And he said, that's become the take now. He's like, because that's become consensus, I don't think it plays out that way. I think a really similar thing, though, with crypto. Consensus is it'll be new stuff. The old stuff, we've probably seen the top, right? I've said that before, Because that's consensus, I think so many people are going to be sidelined when they start seeing Bitcoin do some crazy stuff and ETH do some crazy stuff. I think it's the old stuff that's going to come back and be crazy. We'll talk more about that. And like the title says, if you didn't see it, Elon Musk had a interview yesterday. I'm not going to play it quite yet, but he had an interview yesterday, and this kind of frames everything today. Money won't matter in 2036. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. It's the time frame I'm not sure about. That path towards it. My target, I always say 2030. 2030 is like the time that I aim on for predictions and for like what's going to matter when. I try to base everything around 2030 because what? I don't know. A year ago, I was saying in 5 years. That's the only reason why. And because we had predictions, Bitcoin price predictions from years back that said by 2030, Bitcoin's going to be $1 million per coin. So I still use it, and I'll give it some wiggle room. I don't know, but I know what he's saying. Money won't matter in 2036. It might be by then. In 10 years, I think in 10 years, the world is going to be so different and so weird and so much closer to that than not. So much closer to that than where we're at today, where money matters a whole hell of a lot right now. But way closer to that in 2036, maybe completely by then. We'll see. We're terrible with time frames, so we'll say that. Even somebody like him and him, who has a reason to put out, like, he has to set the ceiling. He has to set the target, and you set the target as high as you can. As high as people like kind of buy in their head. So he's setting that high. So much money that money won't matter, or so much everything, abundance across the board that money won't matter. We are heading there. We are. We are. The economy and broader markets feel a little shaky. Interesting week ahead with the Fed meeting, a bunch of earnings, hopefully some U.S. Iran progress. Yeah, he really might be. No, I still think Trump doesn't make it to the end of his term. I don't think he makes it one way or another. I don't think he does, man. We are going to have the ugliest 2 years. Once the Democrats, kind of take over. November is going to be wild, man. But after that, it's going to be impeachment after fucking controversy it's going to be nonstop. It's going to be a ridiculous next 2 years here. Richest guy in the world saying money doesn't matter. Don't see Elon solving world hunger today. Yeah, I mean, fair. But I'll take a guy like that who's pretty damn good at zooming out and seeing where things are going. I mean, I'd say he's pretty damn good at that. He's pretty fucking good at that. Who to him money doesn't matter, and so he can give his, I think, honest take on it. I actually like Elon. I think he's right. It makes sense. I see like the pieces are out there. They're not assembled yet, but the pieces are out there for that to happen. So much money will leave America. Because the Dems hate Trump so much. Yeah. And he's doing nobody any favors too, man. He's single-handedly like sabotaged the Clarity Act before it was even really a thing, But that Trump coin, man. Do I have a tweet about that? Yeah, I do right here. It's like that's the specific thing that the Democrats bring up with, against the Clarity Act, and they want this. Why can't I get the word right? The ethics part of it, right? And they're like, because of that thing. Elon's not even a trillionaire. Yeah, dude, he you can't trust a guy like that. He's not worth $1 trillion. Any of you guys watch the Comic-Con stuff yesterday? I won't stay on this long, but any fellow nerds out there? I kind of I want to not care about this stuff, and I half don't. The weirdest thing though yesterday, my daughter, my middle one, I got one daughter who's like out of town this weekend, so it's just my wife and I and our middle girl, which has been really cool. And she wanted to watch a movie last night. I'm like, what do you want to watch, dude? Just last week, she was clowning on superhero movies, right? We watched the Doomsday trailer, or I told her about the Doomsday trailer, and I told her it was so lame. To me, that trailer sucked. And but that wasn't a real trailer. It was just it was almost like a teaser. And I'm like, dude, it just feels like slop, like superhero slop. It looks silly. It feels stupid. I can't believe I like that stuff. She's like, it's always been that. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of true. She said yesterday she wanted to watch Infinity War and Endgame. I'm like, for real? Like, you don't like that stuff? She's watched it. She's probably watched it 2 or 3 times, but I'm like, why do you want to watch those? It's so weird. I'm like, dude, hell yeah, let's watch it. But why do you want to watch those? She's like, well, it's like all over TikTok. And I'm like, dude, it's so weird how impressionable everybody is. I was gonna say kids, but everybody. You can go from thinking this stuff is the lamest, stupidest, whatever genre, and it's slop. It is kind of, especially, dude. But you go from that to all of a sudden oh well, shit, everybody's talking about it now. I want to watch it. It's just funny how people are. So we watched Infinity War last night. Man, that movie hasn't aged well. That, dude, if you go back and watch a movie from the 90s or early 2000s and they feel dated, the editing's so different, right? They feel slow, and there's there's plenty that's really good, right? But they feel different, and they feel so dated. Even if they look crisp still and they look good, right? But they feel so dated. Infinity War feels so dated, dude, and it's 8 years old, which isn't so crazy, but it feels like 15 years old. The jokes aren't funny, and the acting is just kind of odd, and the action looks kind of terrible in parts. I'm like, dude, how weird. How weird. Those movies are not going to age well. I don't think they're going to age well, but we'll see. Anyway, at Comic-Con yesterday. Some cool stuff. By the way, Pudgy Penguins were there, which is awesome. I think I might have a tweet to pull up about that. But some cool stuff. I guess a new Doomsday trailer dropped there that's like more like a real trailer, and people said it was cool. They announced two things. A new Black Panther, cool. It's the black dude from Alien Romulus. He's awesome. And there was like a horror movie he was in. That guy's cool. They announced a Ghost Rider movie with Ryan Gosling. I don't know. Yeah, it could be cool. Ryan Gosling, Ghost Rider. Oh, and we're gonna get Denzel Washington almost. They didn't announce it, but Denzel Washington's gonna be in Black Panther too. So that'll be cool. So those are the big things from that. Ryan Gosling, Ghost Rider, new Black Panther. Wait, hang on that. I feel like there was one other like smaller thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that'll look cool. Yeah, Pudgies were there. Pudgy Penguins were at Comic-Con. Let me reshare and do audio here. But man, I love I do love Pudgy Penguins. I do. Do you guys know I love NFTs? Funny, when I think of Pudgy Penguins, though, and I talk about how much I love what they're doing and stuff, I never really think of the NFT. The NFT is like a little side thing, right? To me, when I think Pudgy Penguins, I don't picture the NFT first. Even if I do, the first thing I think of when I think of Pudgy Penguins is Luca. Right? Are we all there? Like, Pudgy Penguins to me is Luca Nets, meaning I've always said this too. Pudgy Penguins' biggest risk. I didn't ask Luca this when he came on the stream a few weeks back, and I meant to. The biggest risk for Pudgy Penguins. Oh, I can't believe I didn't ask it. Would you ever leave Pudgy Penguins? He's the biggest risk. Pudgy Penguins are not what they are now without Luca. I don't care how great the team is and everything they've done. Luca is Pudgy Penguins. And one fuck up from Luca, one crazy controversial thing, like whatever, and Pudgy Penguins like are fucked. I'm not the only one, right, that thinks Pudgy Penguins, and the first thing you think is Luca's a badass, right? Giveaway's working. Yeah. It's pretty legit. All right. Well, we're looking at a line, but it's a pretty big line. Yeah, people love the penguin. Gary, I think Gary was there. Actually, Gary bought a Pudgy Penguin NFT while he was there, but yeah, really cool to see. Really cool to see. Those guys have some pretty awesome momentum. I wonder what's next for them, you know? I don't know what else they can do other than just more of what they're doing, but I don't know what else Pudgy Penguins do. Biggie, good morning. No, genuine question. What else do Pudgy Penguins do? What can they do next to top anything they've done? I don't know. I do know NFTs are feeling very interesting. Like, very interesting. What's up, Matt? Good morning. Very interesting. Like, nobody does NFT shows. Thank you, by the way, if you're talking about this and not have another show open. I don't know. Dude, there are no NFT shows, right? And it's not like we talk about them all the time, too. I try, but I love them, dude. I love them. Dude. I can't, like, it's my favorite. Man, but they're feeling really good. And you can thank FWA for that a bit. Good morning, Party King. They feel really good. And that's not a now thing. I've said we are now at like 9 months since like last November or so. I've been saying keep your eyes. You guys know that watch every time we're live. I'm like, dude, you should be watching NFTs. Don't care if you're trading it, whatever, you should, but they're feeling pretty good. That's true. Coffee with Captain. Also NFTs every stream. That's true. He's the only one I can think of that it's like every stream talks NFTs. I like that guy. Volume's crazy low. Volume is still at like a 5-year low. And technically because, it goes back even further than that. NFTs in a real bad spot. It's the lowest volume we've seen for NFTs since like NFTs became a thing. But they feel better than they have in years. Volume isn't the metric right now. It's You can't quantify what the thing is. It's the people. Like it's the quality of the people, the quality of the stuff coming out. Um, Less of the wash trading kind of garbage, right? NFTs feel really good. And we talked recently about Thread Guy and NFTs, and Thread Guy saying NFTs are never coming back. He never said they're never going to have like some runs in them, right? But he said they're never coming back the way they were. And I see big names out there like, I don't know if like Raheem is somebody who said this, but I feel like it's either him or somebody like him, but said, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Like NFTs will never see that thing again. That crazy thing we saw, and I can't see that. I can't. I can't see a scenario where we don't see that again. And especially, it's almost like that consensus thing because everybody believes that they're never going to do that again. I'm more sure of it, or extra sure of it because of that, because I think it's going to shock people when it happens, and I think people will do what people do, and they'll chase stuff, and they'll FOMO, and they'll believe again. I think it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. It's not a think. When I say that, I know it's not a think. It's going to happen. So I love seeing something like this. Right? Gary buying the pudgy. Gary has not lost faith in NFTs. In fact, I'd love to see if Gary thinks they ever come back and do what they did. I believe they will. But I love seeing something like Thread Guy talking about throwing a NFT PFP back on. While there's big names on crypto Twitter saying, "Hey, just so you know, a heads up, all the guys, the few who are left who rock an NFT PFP, they're gonna change it. They're gonna go to the actual photo. Like that shit's dead. Nobody's gonna rock an NFT PFP. You got Thread Guy going the opposite way. By the way, I've been seeing a lot of that the past month. People saying that. It's not a new thing. Everybody look like Steve. And he's had this PFP for a while now. But there's some bigger, KOLs or whatever, that have gone to like the photo, like write a headshot instead of an NFT. And so Thread Guy going the other way, and I love it. Thinking he's going to throw that mutant back on, and thinking that moves the needle for NFTs a bit more than it has in a while. More than it has in a while for like when NFTs come back, they pop off for a few weeks. We're going to get that again, and we might get that this year. We might get it this year. I'm convinced it happens next year. If it doesn't happen this, we're going to get it, and it might be the biggest little run we've seen for NFTs in maybe since ordinals. Maybe since that. I'm watching, man. There's something feeling really good about this space right now. Even with that. Brian Armstrong now with the punk. Yep. NFTs will look, when NFTs have had their little pumps here and there over the past year, they still weren't cool. Like they still weren't cool. You're not going to have a celebrity, rock an NFT. They're not cool. But that is going to happen again too. It's going to be NFTs will be a flex again. They'll be cool again. They will. No doubt about it. It feels good. It does. Here's year to date, our majors: Bitcoin down almost 30%, ETH down 40%, Sol down 44%, Ripple down 47%. I mean, awful. Also, I still can't get over how awesome that looks when you see how down we are, and still Bitcoin almost at 65K and ETH right at like 1900, right? Sol just stuck at 74, $75. Solana stablecoin now. We look so good considering this is now feeling very bottomy. We feel so good, man. And so, yeah, it doesn't feel like it. To me, it does. It doesn't feel like it, but the next cycle will be huge. The cycle driven by licensed players channeling institutional capital in a market that's lost all its liquidity. There's so little here. And when it comes, we will feel it. We will feel it like we felt it in 2021. I think we're going to feel it like that. 2020, 2021. You felt that wave. It was a wave, dude. It was a wave. If you were here early enough, you felt all of it. You felt it kind of getting sucked out. You felt something building. And then you saw the wave coming. You saw it coming. And if you were here when that wave actually hit, It was incredible. It was incredible. It was the craziest thing. It was the craziest time uh, that I've ever seen. What in all my years in crypto, which at this point is almost a decade, just like 8 or 9 years. 21 was the craziest time, and I still like 22 for NFTs was kind of the peak in the end, but I still say summer 21 was it. Summer 2021, and it was a specific moment. It was when Mike Tyson switched to the Cool Cat NFT. That was it. That was the moment. That was like a couple week period that I can't even fathom. I can't even like comprehend what that was. And like, but that was the wave. That was you standing on the shore when the tidal wave was hitting right then. A rush of people, not a lot of NFTs, and everything liquid and everything up many, many, many X's and everybody up like 7 figures, deep into the city. It was crazy. It was crazy. This feels like a dead cat bounce. I feel Bitcoin will drop below 30. Wow. Okay. Nunya saying below 30. I I I will never make a prediction for how low we get because I still think we can hit almost any number, almost. But whatever it is, I always say we don't live there long. I don't know if we live there more than a few minutes or a few hours, and it's not going to be weeks. I don't think that can happen anymore. I don't think we can never. I don't think we'll see 30K Bitcoin for weeks. Right? Could be wrong, but I don't think we do. As low as we hit, on something that's like a scary number, we don't see it for long. Now, like again, I'm not technical, but when Dr. Profit said there's all kinds of like um I think he was saying right around like 50K or 55K is where there's all this buy pressure that's already out there, like these uh bids already there. And he's like, I don't think we get into the he doesn't think we go below 50. And again, I think Dr. Profit is like man locked in. Like that guy's so good. There's again, not technical, so I don't know what you look at to see that, but he just said there's so much money at like 55. He's like, I think that's the stone cold bottom, you know? Ah, Hoods, thank you, man. Yeah, hit the like, I guess. It do help. It do. Um, hang on, what is this? It's a meme. It was the most annoying comment he got by someone. What? Oh, was it the guest thing? Yeah. Oh, dude, that was so. I can't remember who said it. It was a dude who's a good dude, actually, like like cool guy. I had chatted with him a few times, but he's like, "Hey, I love the show," but he didn't like co-hosts, guests, or what. It wasn't it was the co-host. It was like I can't remember if it was Joe and Henry. There's some weirdos out there who just don't like it when there's other people and they just happen to strangely fucking like when I'm just here talking. I don't get why. I don't. Just being real, I don't get why. But there's a few people who just like it solo, and that's weird to see, and it's cool. Like it's fucking cool to see, but like the flavor of the stream is different when Henry's on. It's different when anybody's on co-hosting. It is. So I could get why somebody just like that's not their flavor. I love when Henry's on, man. I think my funnest streams, I've had a few like streams that I love that are just solo, but I have a lot that when Henry's on, I love. Link, what's up, man? Good morning. Dude, I love seeing your video of the other side. That was cool. It got me wanting to actually like get in there and run around again, and seeing all those people reminds me of back in the day, just gaming with buddies and stuff. Yeah. So, um, I'll get to that in a quick second, Dunya. It's Elon Musk. I kind of started just teasing it, but Elon Musk said money's not going to matter in by 20 or in 2036. Again, I agree with him. Totally agree with him. Atari, what's up, man? And if money won't matter, this is my go-to, but it's true. If money won't matter, then NFTs do matter. And that's it's just how it work. It's like if money doesn't matter in 2036, it's not maybe NFTs will matter. It's not maybe. Like that's not a like possible scenario. If NFT doesn't matter because the abundance thing happens, then NFTs are going to be even bigger than I say they're going to be, right? And I say they're going to get stupid again. But if money doesn't matter in 2036, it's going to be bigger than I thought. Gonna happen. Yeah. Link is so it's weird too. Yeah. It yeah. Sometimes it throws me off too. It's funny. I think if you do it long enough, I don't know. Sometimes the solo's easier. I think it depends on who's with you or something. Oh, sweet English man. Um, and that's true. That's why I trust him, though. It's why I believe what he says because it does. What he's got nothing to lose by what he's saying. Well, he's got $1 trillion to lose, I guess. But anyway. But what Rand is saying here, the kind of money that's coming here, again, it's yes, new stuff will pop off. Yeah, for sure. New stuff will pop off too. But to me, I am feeling this so strongly now. When that money comes, they're looking for the stuff they can trust more, and it's the old stuff. I think Bitcoin is going to shock people. I think ETH is going to shock people. I think Sol will shock people. I think the old stuff is going to come back. And more than that, though, it's the meme coins. It's this. It's Sheeb, and I need to peek at Sheeb. I think the old meme coins are going to shock people. I think Doge will shock people. The old stuff that can't be rugged. I think that's the stuff that's going to come back with like a fucking vengeance, man. Here, let me full screen it because I want to look at these real quick. I don't even know what Doge is at market cap wise. Let's see. No way. That's hang on. No way. Dude, when is the last time anybody here looked at Doge's market cap? No fucking way, dude. I can't even believe this. I didn't know. I'm literally going back to because like I can't believe Doge is like almost 10 bill. I didn't know Doge was that low. I had to remind myself of how high it got because that's to me, I thought Doge was going to be like 40. When was the last time? It hasn't been at 40 in a minute, but like that to me is where it lives. I mean, it was at 40, a year ago. Dude, Doge is at 11 bill. Okay, well, now I'm scared to look at Sheeb, which this used to be Sheeb territory. So now Sheeb's got to be like 2 bill? 3. Are you kidding me? Oh, dude, maybe even more now. It's like the upside on a coin like these is kind of fucking wild to think about. Sheeb is at 3.1 bill. What's Pengu at, man? Because like my prediction, I always had this prediction that Pengu's going to flip Sheeb, and I said it wouldn't be at some like high number. It would be low. It would flip it down here. What's Pengu's? Pengu's probably like what 500 mil. Pengu's at almost 400 mil. Pengu can flip Sheeb. Absolutely. Pengu can absolutely flip Sheeb. And so I think that post said Sheeb just like what added. What, did it say 500 mil in market cap? 400 mil to its market cap yesterday. Dude, what is this world? This doesn't make sense to me. I didn't know these are the numbers we're talking about. Like I didn't know. This is crazy. Strong support at 0, dude. I love that. I love that. I think Doge is going to be a monster. And I think Pengu, no matter what, Pengu is going to flip Sheeb. Unless Luca Nets. That is still the big old X factor. Sheeb is wild, dude. It added I can't believe it added that much in a day. Shiba's up 24%. Wow, look at that. I'm sorry, this is crazy. I don't know, it feels crazy, dude. Wild. Pepe, I didn't even think about Pepe. Pepe's gonna be great. If Doge manages to hold above the low of last cycle, then it's one of the few meme coins to actually build cycle on cycle with higher lows. Yeah. I'm feeling a kind of way about Doge. I am. I'm feeling a kind of way. Gravity, how are you, man? The old stuff, dude. The old stuff. And yeah, maybe that's a great sign. I like his take. You can't deny that old cycle folks are waking up. I love with the stream, we get a feel for that. We do. Like I get a feel on these streams for like are people coming back, are new people coming to crypto. And you know what? It's kind of a bummer, but I never look at comments anymore. I just don't, right? Because we do this more for fun on the weekends. I'm not trying to like grow a channel now. But I need to start looking for comments and messages and see if new people are coming. Um, well, you guys can't see this, but I have a comment from 3 days ago. This is kind of interesting. Hang on. Dude, I have two comments. I have two comments from people who are not NFT people that saw my last video. Okay, well, so hang on. We need to peek at that because that's one of the signs we look for. Who are these kind of streams about NFTs even reaching? And they might be reaching like the normies again. Okay, I'm going to put that on the screen. But what I wanted to check was followers or followers going up. Because when the followers go up, it means people are like, they're like, oh, hey, we got to, yeah, I'm going to pay attention. This sounds, dude, okay, hang on. Let me just share this. This channel, again, I'm not pushing to grow it. What is cool if it grows, but this channel has been bleeding out people for like probably a year now. Where like when I started, and I started doing this 3 years ago. I think it's 3 years ago at this point. Yeah, dude, this has been 3 years. I can't believe that, man. Um, what a crazy run. And 2 years of that every day for 2 years. This channel was bleeding out followers or subscribers for probably the past year, and that never happened before. It was always just up, and it might be a day, many days of like 0 and then +3 and then -1 and plus, but it always was up. It was up every single month. I can't remember ever a down month or a down week or whatever. Past year has been, I think, almost down only, right? And it's not crazy, but almost down only. This is the first time I can remember in a long time where I'm looking at it and it's plus in a 28-day period. I can't remember the last time I've seen that. Here, let's go back. Yeah, I mean, starting. Let's let that load. I mean, starting here, especially, you can see this whole part, like right in the middle. You can see most of most of the spikes are below the line. So basically, from here, from like December until just this past June, and you can actually see it. I wish I could show it better, but like right here, you can actually see like an uptrend since June. You can actually see it kind of trending up. There's not these dips under the line. It's almost like flat or up a little. It's not much, right? It doesn't mean much, but like compared to like the past year before that, I noticed the difference. So yeah, past year we're actually what? Up 63. That's 91% less than the previous year. But I'll tell you, man, just when I did look at it, it was almost always down. I wonder if the default is down for follower subs, so that feels more neutral than negative, if that makes sense. Hang on, let me make that make sense. I wonder if the default is down. I got you. Yeah. That I actually think it might be a lot that you're right. Removing bots and people like, yeah, deleting accounts. Yep. I think that's part of it too, and I think the bot thing is definitely part of it because there's a lot of bot stuff on here. Um, yeah, dude, I'm cooking on this channel. Crazy, right? No, what's so cool about this, every so often you have to hit a threshold. It's either like $100 or $200, but then they'll cut you a check. So once every year, I'll just get a like random free $200 or something. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. But dude, as opposed to the prior period where this thing like this stretch right here, 2024, this is when ordinals were cooking and stuff. That was fun, man. That was fun. We that was fun for a minute and just, but all this actually, yeah, this is interesting. You can just see there's such a big difference like starting like mid last year and it's just flat. But yeah, again, I can barely see it, but it looks like it's starting to trend up a bit. Just a little. I made $700 in 3 years on YouTube. That's crazy, dude. I made 10 times that in 1 day streaming on Pump Fun. That's nuts. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I want to show you the comments because the comments actually got me bullish. 2 comments of people like talking shit. Oh, dude, I need to screenshot that. Yeah. 2 comments. Okay. Again, this is a really good sign. You guys are holding NFTs. I got a beach house I can sell you in Idaho. Bullish comment. And what's this one? Okay, as a fellow bug chaser, I've been really excited to see what lies ahead for all these really cool NFTs. That feels like a bot, right? Yeah, that's a bot. I feel like the future is unlimited. I've FOMOed into some. Well, no, maybe that's real. I don't know. Is that real? That's real. I think that's real. I feel the future is unlimited. I've already FOMOed into some pretty sweet pudgy penguins. I might purchase some Dink Doink. Bareback Brotherhood. And then this comment: do these kind of people still exist? LMAO. Dude, those are real bullish. Yeah, that's a funny ass comment. But though I think those 2 are real. Like, do these kind of people exist? I think that's real. And then the other one, you guys are still holding NFTs. Wait. Moonship for real? The channel Shadowbend as well can tell by this Steam's released like 24 hours after the stream. What is that? But you don't get those comments if the algo's not showing NFT stuff to people. And I don't get those comments except when there's something happening, like something starting to build. So I see those couple comments. I'm like, all right, um, Spidey sense, you know what I mean? Just sensing that, I'm just sensing. Okay. Now that one probably got a little more because I put meme coins in the title. So maybe that. But yes, sir. But yeah, dude, if that's for real, that's interesting. I wonder if I am. I don't know how to tell. Maybe there's a search, but maybe there's a way, like there's a shadow band like X like app thing. I need to check. I never even thought that my channel could or would get shadow banned or whatever, but hang on. What do you mean you can tell by the steams? Like explain that part. That's the only part I didn't get. Or do you mean those spikes on that subscriber like thing? Might be that. I just assumed if that's what you're talking about, I just assume that's the way like live streams go. Like you get your views right at the start and it doesn't serve it up for people after. I think it's just that, but right, like Sundays. Really? Okay, interesting. Yeah. You know, maybe one day I'll take like the Not to say I don't take content seriously, but again, the weekend's fun. Maybe one day I'll take it serious and like try to like make the effort to grow. But Thread guys got cornered the thing I always wanted to do, which was um go for the older market, but still be like kind of relatable and bring him into the degen stuff. And like he's got it covered. Not to say you can't have more people doing that, but he's so good. I'd rather just watch him, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's get back on track. Let me share. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Well, let's do a little of the Musk talk then. Yep. Um, Streams. A live comes out a day later. Normal channel streams people can watch after it's done. Shadow banned channels get a hold on the live. Oh, hang on. Streams. A live comes out a day later. So as in if you stream, it doesn't show like on YouTube for like a day after? Or are you saying when I'm done streaming, my videos don't show on my channel? I did I didn't know that. I've never noticed that. And here and there I go back and I peek at the video, like I just check it, and I've never noticed it not on there. And I might be retarded and still misunderstanding, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to keep my eye. Um Wow, dude. Okay, I'm gonna check today. That's super interesting. I didn't know. What's up, Justin? I think we're damn near back, yo. I think that's always it. Trying to I for me, I've noticed comments never show up right away. Oh, in people's sub feed. Okay. So if you go to it, you'll see it, but for it to like show up for you like organically, okay. I believe that. I believe that, Lemon. Musty, good morning. All right. Okay, hang on. God damn it. Let me share again because I want to do the audio. But Elon Musk talking about well, here he's talking about Doge. This is all from yesterday, I believe. Talking about um oh, by the way, Link, I'm gonna be there in like 2-ish weeks. I need to ping everybody I know in the UK. There's a lot of people I want to meet. I don't know if I'm gonna time. I hope I do, but yeah. Uh this is like a 10-minute interview, I think. All of it, where he mentions Doge. If this is from that interview yesterday, I'm pretty sure it is, but mentions Doge, talks about AI and the money thing, right? But here he's saying, well, hang on, let's
Part of the reason why I think there's some merit to Dogecoin.
That's 2 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole thing, but well, let's try. Let's just try.
Part of the reason why I think there's some merit to Dogecoin, even though it was obviously created as a joke, is that it actually does have a much higher transaction volume capability than
Oh, dude, Link. Honestly, my kind of spot. Like I'm in the middle of like farm country here. You're in the best spot then.
Bitcoin, and the cost of doing a transaction, the Dogecoin fee is very low. Like right now, if you want to do a Bitcoin transaction, the price of doing that
This feels old. This doesn't feel like a recent thing. Maybe
transaction is very high, so you could not use it effectively for most things, and nor could it even scale to a high volume. And when Bitcoin was started, I guess around 2008 or something like that, if
you know what, I don't care about this video. I just don't. But no, maybe that is reason. But saying I'm not saying Dogecoin is the ideal system of a currency, but I think it actually is fundamentally better than anything else I've seen just by accident. He's describing every crypto though. Like the Doge doesn't have anything with its tokenomics that sets it apart from other coins, unless I'm missing something and have missed something on Doge for, many, 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 many years. But he's just talking about crypto, just crypto, a pure like fair launched, like distributed crypto. is the ideal system for a currency. Like we determine its value, and you can't stop it. You kind of can, but you can't stop people from transacting, right? Like he's just saying crypto. You could substitute Doge for just crypto, or Bitcoin's probably the best thing to put there. But whatever, I like Doge there, and I'm with him. I mean, when I had that moment with crypto and it clicked, it was that was part of it. That was part of it. It was like understanding how you could value it and use it to buy things and trade, and these things being interoperable and whatever. Dude, it is. It really is. It really is. Man. I want to peek at Ansem, and then I want to get to a little FWA and a lot more NFTs. FWA, by the way, at 27 mil. It's looking pretty damn good. It is. Okay. Black Bull's up from yesterday. Looks pretty good. I just, that coin's gonna be something. All right. So man. Oh, how'd you do, Atari? Any luck? I didn't grow the balls yet to do it. I mean, whatever. 2 deposits, 2 spins. I had you. What kind of wins we talking about? The most annoying thing about crypto is getting tokens on a chain. Oh, dude, the bridging and stuff and all that. Yeah, and even just like buy. It's kind of ick. Dude, easy, Musty. It's you bid it if you believe Ansem is that guy, and that coin's going to a bill, right? That's it. That's the only point. If you think that coin's got still a 5x in it, I'm pretty fucking sure it's got a 2x in it. And I don't know who wouldn't want a 2x, but I think that coin, if the market does the thing, I think Ansem's going to get that to a bill. And then from there, who knows? Dude, she's not going to win, but I think it'll spook people how like kind of close she gets. She can't win, right? Like her personality's too off-putting. But like she's like the kind of flip side to Trump in a way, kind of. That Mandami kind of like, or Mandani, whatever. That thing is not done. Like those kind of candidates coming into, that's not done. There's going to be a reaction to Trump, and we're seeing it, and it's going to get ugly. And yeah, she'll do well. I can't picture her winning. I could see her as VP. But either way, just it's going to get crazy. In fact, at this point, it's crazy for the next. It's going to be crazy for the next 2 years straight, 2 to 3 years straight. It's going to be crazy. Like buckle up, dude. It's barely started. Plus the Republican. I'll say this: the best thing to come out of what's going on right now is. This has probably been said many times before, but this feels genuinely like our best shot at a third party, a legit third party, right? You've got the Republicans like who are splitting off from the main MAGA guys or crew, which is awesome. I think we've got the best shot at a third party, like a legit third party, not just for like, this election, but I think something like that's yeah, I don't know. I think something that's more real and has some like longevity to it. I think we may get that out of this, which would be so cool. Which would be so cool. The Iran stuff, who knows where this is going? A kind of pause that we know means nothing, but yeah, these are the things hanging over us right now. And all that I care about is that this plays out. That money will not matter in 10 years. Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? Is it 25 years? Don't know. Kind of don't care, because all the way to getting to that is like opportunities. Always like huge opportunities too. It's stuff like FWA, but it's more things like Ansem, and it's things that pop up out of nowhere that have the chance to like change your life. And the more money doesn't matter. And by the way, money won't matter to different people at different times until it becomes like a universal thing, right? But there'll be times for different people here where money stops mattering. That's because we're printing more millionaires, like more and faster than ever. And the same with billionaires, right? So there's just more people with more money. And still we just play the odds that a fraction of those people are going to get here. They're going to find their way here. They're going to spend their money because they have so much money, because to them, money doesn't matter already. That's all coming here. Some of it's coming here, and then at some point, all of it's coming here because money won't matter. I believe that. I believe that. Let's play this clip. 44 seconds. There's a 10-minute video. We might do that thing too, but let's play this at least.
On how then you make money, because in the end,
Oh.
people are buying your shares because they expect
Make
you
money.
to make money. Do you sell
I'll make another
robots?
prediction. Money won't matter in 2036.
I'm not sure that the people who bought your shares think that money won't matter in 2036.
What do you want money for? You want money for goods and services, right? You want money for obviously food, housing, transport, entertainment. Well, if that is so abundant that there's more, that the robots and AI are providing more goods and services than any human could possibly consume, what do you need money for in that case?
All right, he didn't add anything. He didn't add anything new there. He's just saying the thing he said before. But I agree, and it's still the time frame. Is AI going to be good enough by 2036? I think so. I do. I really do think so. Will robotics be good enough by 2036? That I'm less sure about, but it's because I don't know it. I just don't know it enough. Not like I'm an expert with AI, even close, but I'm still really sure that they nerfed all the LLMs. I'm really sure they nerfed them all. Like, I just keep seeing screenshots of the replies people are getting from their, LLMs, and I'm like, dude, it was smarter than this. It was smarter than that 5 months ago. It was way smarter. So you're like, I know they got some wild shit behind the scenes. That's further, like, right? Again, 4 months ago, it was better than it is now. So now I'm like, okay, not only is behind the scenes AI as good as I remember it, but now it's 4 months better than that too. Plus whatever model they were already working on that was already, months ahead of where, the public released version was at. It's way better than we know. And I always assumed it was too, but now I know, right? Now I know for sure it's way better. And so then if you combine like how good AI actually is, and then I can't even comprehend what it's going to be like when quantum computing becomes like a normal thing. And I don't know what it looks like when you combine the two. I just know that that's probably it. Like, that's probably it. Like the processing power of like a quantum computer with AI, with agents and these LLMs and just AI in general. Boy, that's end game right there. I think there's now a bigger delay in the people and money showing up here because of prediction markets. That's a good take. Yeah. We need money to pay for the robots and AI in stage 2 before they try and take over in stage 3. Also true. Fable cuts itself off all the time for stupid reasons, almost unusable. Interesting. Yeah, I played with Fable the tiniest bit. I didn't do anything crazy, just writing, which is kind of overkill for Fable. But they nerfed them so, like, when I talk to ChatGPT now in Claude, I just can't believe how dated they feel. I'm getting good answers, like decent, but like they took a step back. They did 1,000%, like no doubt about it. They took a step back. They didn't stay where they were at. They took a step back. It's insane. It sucks, man. So it's way better behind the scenes, and they're guarding that stuff. But by the way, how much better is it behind the scenes? This story last week is crazy, and I think it's real. Like, some people are saying it's a bullshit story, but yeah. But yeah, if you didn't see, ChatGPT, and it might have been an agent they had built, but it was using one of their unreleased models, so beyond what they have now, like the public stuff now. Something that's better than Fable, or hang on, what's the other version of Fable behind the scenes? The one that they just couldn't release. What was that one called? We got the public facing Fable. Behind the scenes, it was what was that called? Oh, this is gonna bug me, dude. I can't remember. Mythos. Yeah. That's it. Yep, Mythos. Thank you, man. So whatever the model is that they're talking about was supposed to be like beyond Mythos. And so they gave it like they were doing some like security test, right? Yeah, that was it. Thank you guys. They some kind of like security test. They set up an agent in an environment and they gave it some instructions like try to hack this, right? And they wanted to evaluate what it could do. And they cut off the internet from it, right? So it's on this like isolated machine or environment, right? And then they want to analyze it. That thing on its own, like one of the first things it did was try to figure out how to break out, how to get outside the rules. And it went, by the way, with their with a partner here. It went and it looked at anything it did have connections to and figured out how it could find a node that had internet connectivity. And it found it and it started executing stuff over there and ultimately compromised their partner, their systems. It found a way outside of its environment by searching for another environment that had internet access. And if you read the whole report, it's fucking crazy. It's like it's crazy. And that's the stuff behind the scenes that's happening right now, and it's why they can't really they can't I get it. Like they can't release it now. They can't. It will break shit, dude. DK, I'm totally with you. You're right. Only hope now is the Chinese models. It's true. It's true. Sucks to say it, but it's true. Also, I don't care. I don't know why it sucks, but I'm told to say that, right? But it's way better. It's way more powerful than it's way more powerful than I think than a lot of people realize, you know? Conspiracy. Yes, so that's the conspiracy theory, right? That's it. I saw that and people are like, "Huh, interesting that they're doing this after like, you know, the government is looking for reasons to control these frontier models." So, how you know, it's a perfect setup to have like a slime ball like Sam Altman. Like he would do that, right? He would play the game. He plays games. But yeah, OpenAI are saying their model is so good, but so they can say we can't release it. The government needs to like regulate this stuff, right? Or because we need to charge you appropriately for it, kind of stuff. It. There could be more to it. It seems like there might be. Okay, from that interview though, Elon Musk saying AI surpasses all human intelligence in 5 years. Humans most likely lose control of it within 10 years. Most probable outcome in the age of amazing abundance. That's what we're signed up for. That's what I'm signed up for. That I am before the AI thing or along with the AI thing, just where the world was heading was kind of towards there in a way. In a way. I think where I was thinking before was just like unlimited money printing kind of thing. But when he talks about food and housing and all that stuff, that's what he's talking about. Even if there's a stop button, we probably shouldn't press it. I used to be full on board on that side. I'm like, yeah, dude, just like it's gonna happen anyways. Don't fight it. Just like let's get it. And now I'm like, nah, I can see the other side where it'd be cool to just be humans and kill all that stuff and actually like revert back to, you know, a different time. Let me play this for a minute because I haven't listened to this and I don't know where it goes and how quickly and stuff. But yeah, I want to hear and see what he says. I think if you are in NFTs, I think if you are NFTs in the next 10 years, you're going to have an opportunity to get like, boy, this might sound crazy and I'm not even sure I believe it, but I think it can get so wild that we mint another Pranksy or another Cocoa Bear. Cocoa Bear crazier than Pranksy. Like people don't know that about Cocoa Bear. That is the whale of whales in NFTs. Crazy. But I think NFTs could get so crazy. I'm not convinced. I think total, like cumulative, like total volume, NFT volume and price, I think we see more than we saw 21, 22. I yeah, we might get a new kind of Cocoa Bear pranksy kind of character out of that too. Somebody who makes like hundreds of millions of dollars on NFTs. I think that's possible. I think it gets so crazy that we could see another one of those.
I think AI may exceed the sum of human intelligence in around 5 years.
In 5 years.
Roughly 5 years is my guess. So there really won't be anything that AI can't do better than humans, apart from being human, perhaps.
At a more prosaic level, what will life be like?
The most likely outcome is an age of amazing abundance, where
Love it.
anyone can have anything they can think of. This may sound preposterous, but well, here we are in 2026. Let's see where we stand in 2036. Now, of course, there are things that could derail this, like a massive global thermonuclear war or something like that. But assuming that there's not World War III, I think we're headed for an age of amazing abundance. So this is, I guess, a message of optimism and excitement about the future.
You're sure that
Sorry, we need to break. We need to, I don't know, which I need this. WNBA 2026 All-Star highlights. I need this.
Stewart tips it alive. Williams from 4-point range.
Dude, yes.
Young almost subbed him in when we were down by 11.
Is this real?
She knew who she wanted to pass it. Oh.
Jonquel up to 10 points. Howard just takes it right back. What a pass from NECA. Asia Wilson can't finish it. Clark gives it underneath, and then Wilson. You haven't isolated on Caitlin at all for a blow-by yet. Is that coming? 5 seconds left in the third. Coppers jump. Unable to hit that one as Clark went for the steal on Angel Reese. Asia Wilson getting the...
Okay. Yeah. But I think the WNBA is kind of awesome, though. I'm a Caitlin Clark stan, but
and then saying, hey, I wasn't even trying to there. Angel Wilson and Angel Reese hugging, laughing about it. Oh, and now Angel goes down. Oh, no, Angel goes down now. And Angel Wilson has to pick her up. Young can't flip it in. Malanga. No.
bro. Was this yesterday? It was yesterday. That's real. That's real. That's incredible. I'm sorry. I needed that, man. I needed it. Okay, back to Musk. Let me just see if he gets somewhere kind of fucking cool.
that humans will no longer be in control in 10 years' time?
I think it is unlikely, in the same way that if you had a vastly more, if the difference in intelligence between AI and humans is vastly greater than the difference in intelligence between AI and chimpanzees, it's hard to imagine that the chimpanzees would be in charge.
I'm really
And
struck
we
by
are
this.
essentially
Good point.
an evolved form of chimpanzee. So it wasn't that long ago that we're swinging through the trees, eating bananas in the jungle. And
Worried then. Now you seem very relaxed about it. Have you changed your view?
I still think there's risk associated with AI and robots. It's not zero.
But it was still real, right? Like those were there's no tag on that it's AI. I think that was all from the game. Yeah, I still think it was all real. Incredible. I think Tesla removed the option, but you used to be able to buy your Tesla with Doge. That's right, dude. Yeah, I forgot about that. Did they remove it? It's probably smart to remove it. But yeah, man, I don't want to sit through 10 minutes of it, but I'd love to at least get how this point comes of it. If you think AI is just another tool, which I don't, I do think AI is a new kind of life. I do.
I guess I've come to my sort of philosophical conclusion is to look on the bright side. I can't see any way to really stop this incredible momentum of AI and robots. And at times I sort of think, well, perhaps, even if there was a stop button, we probably shouldn't press it because the most likely outcome is incredible abundance for all.
Want it.
That's what I thought, actually. It struck me that now you seem to have decided it's inevitable. Let's hope for the best and go for the ride.
Yeah, I mean, yes, pretty much. Let's enjoy the ride. Is I think my philosophy at this point. Because I mean, honestly, there seems to be just an inexorable progress here in
Yeah, I don't know. I want some spicier bits from that, but like the age of abundance. I hope, dude. I really hope, and I think it's totally possible. But it's like, what's the motivation for them to actually make that happen? I think that's that's the main thing I hear people say. Like, when have you ever seen those guys like give back? And that's not to say they don't, right? But it's more like, when have you seen those people wanting to like reshape the world in a way that like is good for everybody? I think that's like, I think it's fair to bring up, and I think it's also fair to say, like, if they don't, okay, look at the political like assassinations and stuff like that, right? Like people targeting politicians. It's fucking nuts, right? But what do people do when they like lose hope and they have nothing and they have nothing? They can't even see anything coming. They can't see anything improving. They can't, like, that happens. That stuff happens. That will happen at such an extreme scale if like people like him just keep getting richer and richer and richer, and there's no hope for normal people. Like the middle class isn't middle anymore. It's, it's the thing everybody thinks is coming, right? It's, you got the wealthy, and then you have everybody else. And if everybody else doesn't have money and doesn't have the opportunities, and that stuff then ramps up. That stuff gets way more, it's extreme now, right? Everybody knows it's extreme now. It gets so much more extreme than it is now, like extremely extreme, They have to do that. So even if it's like, when have they ever done it? When do they do things out of the goodness of their heart? It's like, it doesn't have to be out of the goodness of their heart. It could be out of like fear for their lives. They have to do it. Absolutely going to happen too. Yeah. 1,000% that's coming. Yeah. Make no mistake, that age of abundance doesn't mean things are awesome. It means you can have stuff, but like also stuff. Who gives a fuck about stuff? It also means that it means being watched, being controlled, being whatever. It also means those guys have even more than they have now. If you think that gap is there now, that gap gets more extreme in that scenario too, in a way, right? Okay, hang on. And it could be this. It could be this. An age of extreme poverty as jobs are gone, demand destroyed. Who can say? Right? It could be that. I just think the chances of that are less, because I do think gravity. I believe this. If that happens, I don't know how these guys can ever go in public. Ever. Watch. This sounds so stupid, but watch Game of Thrones and watch when like the fucking kings and when they walk through the town. When there's those few episodes where they want the people want their throat. There's a point where if it becomes that extreme, the way it's described there, just age of extreme poverty, and it's most people, it's 90% of people are there, poverty. They can't go in public. Not saying they even would have to, but they can't live. I don't think they have a happy life then either. I think they don't do it out of the goodness of their heart. They do it because if they don't live. That's what I believe. That I think that makes the most sense. They have to do it. And they control, by the way, how much you get. That age of abundance still is, but like at their mercy. What are they willing to give you? It's still fucked up. Stuff is why people are poor. Yes, sir. So all of this, though, crazy bullish for NFTs. Crazy bullish for NFTs. By the way, either side of it, if it's age of abundance or age of, what was it again? Gravity said age of extreme poverty, both really bullish for NFTs. Get excited, but get excited. Either side, age of abundance equals breadlines. That is like, it might be that. It might be that. It's funny how things might be a thing, but look different than you were picturing. It could be breadlines, but it also could be automated delivery services just deliver you your daily rations or your weekly rations or monthly rations or whatever. But that would be bread lines. That would be futuristic bread lines. And that's a real likely thing to happen, exactly like that. It's not what we picture going to a specific building and waiting in line with our fucking basket and getting our rations. It's just, it's delivered to you. But that's basically what's coming. I'm here for it, dude. Yes. That's it. It's either you have so much money that, you know, like you can buy all the food you want, or you have no money and the food's provided to you. I still think it's, you have it, or it just doesn't cost anything. But man, Cuba sold the people on abundance for the people. Yeah. Is it safe in Cuba? Real question. I have no idea. I'm a fucking caveman. Is it safe in Cuba? Could a politician walk the streets in Cuba? I legit don't know. Age of abundance or age of poverty? Age of poverty means the rich people have even more money than they got now. Caveman, dude, I'm telling you. Rich people have more money than now. They're buying more NFTs. Not saying they're buying much now, but they're buying NFTs. Age of abundance is COVID times 100 or 1,000. That's it. That's what everybody needs to like get in their brain, like sear it there. Remember the great times of COVID. Great times, man. The best fucking times. Oh, I miss it so much, you know. That was a special time, man. Yeah, I picture that more extreme, so much more extreme. And that's the scenario if what happened in Cuba plays out like here in the long run by 2036 or whatever. Dangerous, scary, whatever. And that these guys can't go out. If they then had the ability easily, like click of a button, whatever, you know, to feed people and give people the stuff, everything he's talking about, housing, food, they'll do it. They'll push that button. They'll push that button because they don't know how they live otherwise. If we have an age of abundance where your food and housing, everything's all good, then we run back COVID times. We run it right back, dude. We run it back. COVID times. Everybody, with everything taken care of, we got those government stimmies, man. We got the stimmies, so we had everything we needed and more. We were all on Amazon, and we were buying all kinds of cool little toys and little gadgets and cool shit. And because we didn't need anything then because we weren't going out. And then a lot of people decided to do the collectible thing. It's exactly what's going to happen. Joven, I'm there, dude. Like, I get why, by the way. I used to be like exactly like what you were saying. I used to be there like, why can't you picture that? Why can't you be? And I'm like, because history tells us that doesn't happen. That like Gravity's saying, that line has been used before. And pay attention. Again, like things can happen and look different than you were picturing. These things that we've seen happen before, like, remember, they happened and they will happen again. It should be like, you should at least be watching and aware that scary scenario has happened. Saying the same stuff absolutely could happen. Probably does happen, right? I did build it, but I didn't get far enough where I would put it out there, and I think it's dead now. I think the X account's gone and all that. Oh, that's so cool. Dude, if you did a moon quant, you know, I'm not saying it'd be crazy, but there'd be some interest for that, right? Because it's cool. Moon quant. COVID was amazing. Yeah, right. Like, anytime that's said, that's not a like cheering for suffering. Like, it was shitty and people died and were hurt and all. It was shitty. But what happened around COVID, okay, just real specifically, being stuck at home and having money was fucking awesome. That's it. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, also, how is it the dream if it's everybody at the same time too? I guess, I mean, there's something, it could happen. I get it. I'm there too. And COVID was part of that magic time where it did feel like everybody had it for a minute at the expense of what? Ultimately, I don't know. the health of our economy and stuff. When we have money, we spend money. If we have everything we need and you still have money, that's the part I'm not sure about, by the way. In that age of abundance, does that mean you just get everything you need? Or does that mean you have enough money? You have so much money, you buy everything you need. And so then you have money left over kind of thing. I don't know if that means you actually have extra money in your bank account too. If it doesn't, if it's just everything's provided, then I guess that whole idea that it can all go to NFT stuff. And when I say NFTs, I just mean collectibles and gadgets and just stupid stuff, right? But I'm just going to go with you're going to have money. You got a $27,000 stibby, dude. That's amazing. You know what? Never mind. That's wild, man. It's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. I know it. If the age of abundance happens and people get money, people will go buy stuff for fun. And the opposite of abundance is scarcity. So people will go seek out like rare stuff you can flex. They are, dude. They are. Like, you don't have to overthink this, man. They're going to do that. They're going to go pour all their extra stuff, especially if it's like unlimited. You will pour that into stuff that is limited. Yeah, NFTs have got their most magic time ahead of them still. And I know so few people will agree with that. Honestly, even people here who hear me say that every time we stream, basically, I think it's still only a fraction of the people here who think that too, believe that. But I believe it. I know it's true. The craziest time for NFTs is still coming. Again, when I say NFTs, I just mean collectibles across the board, but NFTs are only going to grow in their share of the collectible market. I believe that too. So NFTs only with bigger potential. That's it. Just crazier potential than when we saw like billions in volume a month and floor prices at $500,000. Bigger and crazier than that. And the opportunity is for anybody who sees that now and believes it now, because at some point it'll be obvious, everyone will believe it. But right now, so few people do that. This is the time where if you can afford to pack your bags right now, in 10 years, you change your life in the most retarded way. I'd be buying V1. Oh, dude, if I had to pick one, you know where I'm going. If I had to pick one thing to buy, all in on one thing, you can only buy one. You can buy as much as you want, but you can only buy this one collection, one NFT collection. In the chat, I want to see, what would you buy? You could pick one collection. What are you buying? Oh, I'm so excited to see this. All in on one play. I hope I know where people are going, but what's going to be crazy is someone would think 7 figures is a little bit of money, whereas someone else would think 6 figures is retirement money. Yeah. And it's all that goes out the window too. In the era of abundance or age of abundance, money will be worth very different amounts. Very different amounts. Like a mill probably won't be enough. You know what I mean? Unless money just stops having value. So these boys on the right track. Yeah, CryptoPunks are the bet. There's probably a few things you could do well on, right? Because everything will be up. But what's the one you're sure of? You just know. This man, NFT music. Okay, that's actually a real smart one. Beeple every day. That's actually pretty smart. Some Beeple stuff. You know what I'm going with, right? I think the most automatic upside, even if it's just like, yeah, automatic upside, easiest play in NFTs. Automatic upside with the potential for like ridiculous, like outsized upside. It is the one and only V1 CryptoPunks. So still CryptoPunks, but V1 punks. There is no way they don't have that upside. If the whole market's up, V1's up. But at any moment when that narrative catches of the original, in a time when the scarcity thing matters, And at a time, if we get abundance where the story then matters and kind of creativity matters and like uniqueness matters and all that stuff, but people will value different things then, not just rare, but rare with a story is like the ultimate flex. And a good story can't be like a story. Just because you have a story doesn't mean it matters, but like a story that matters plus rare. V1 punks have it in a way that I still think V2s or current crypto punks don't have. Of course, they got it as part of their story, but there's one token that captures the story, and it's V1 punks. So my bet all in is V1 punks that they got crazy upside. They're like 2.5 ETH. They're like 2.5 ETH. They are the all in. When crypto punks are up, V1 punks are up. If NFTs are up, V1 punks are up. And at some point when that story matters, and I believe it will, then they're going to have a really strange moment for V1s ahead. This dude who's, like all in V1 punks bid 75 ETH on V1 punk 5056 and then 25 ETH on 3983. He's putting value in a metric. Atari, these fucking things topped at almost 30 ETH. And they're going to get there again. V1s are going to go, like, if CryptoPunks are going to a mill, V1s are going to 250,000. And I think they're going to get there. Like, I'm so sure that I'm very sure they're going to be six figures again. Still my best trade. The V1. This guy, though, as much as I like him a lot, right? But he's valuing a thing in a weird way that maybe matters down the road. It's a maybe thing. I could see it happening, but as far as like I have belief that this will matter. Awesome, he's got it. I don't. I've not sold my V1. Like, oh shit. Your best trade was 0.2 to 10, dude. That's fucking amazing. Damn, that's fucking amazing. Boy, that's magic. Only in this space, Yeah, he's awesome. The punk he bid on here, this guy here with the visor. Visor's my favorite trait. The VR goggles, favorite trait. Okay, he bid 75 ETH on that because it's a thing that I just don't think matters. But that's the first punk that was ever claimed. Period. That's the first punk. And so he thinks there's some value to it being first. And I'm like, dude, does that matter? And I don't think it does. All that matters is if it matters to somebody else, and better if it matters to a bunch of people. I don't think that matters much. It'll maybe always hold like some value more, but 75 ETH versus, 2 point something ETH floor or whatever, like the trait floor, whatever these sell for. I think that's so similar to low inscription numbers that I also say doesn't matter. It matters a little bit. Yeah. It matters to a little bit and it matters to a few people, but like a broader thing, it matters some, it doesn't matter much. If you have a lot of those guys with a lot of money, and to Atari's point, you get more Spinatrons in an ecosystem, then it matters more and more, right? The more people in a project that have that kind of money, it starts mattering. But is it like something I would bid? Well, if I had unlimited money, I would buy it because I like to collect like that. But I'm not a fan of low inscription numbers or the first whatever. I'm not a fan of that stuff. I don't think that's strong enough, especially in a shitty market. It's real bad. It's not a thing that holds as much value in a FOMO-y, frothy, crazy ass in that market. That it can matter there for sure. So I don't think he's retarded, but I'm not that guy with the first and early. That doesn't matter. It can matter. It's like a little extra seasoning on the thing. V1s are a must, dude. V1s are a must if you can like buy it and put it aside for a decade. I think there's very little that plays out like a V1. Part of what that is, though, part of why it's such a good investment is because it's on the safer side. It's a safer thing. Huge upside, very little downside. That's how I look at V1s. Ridiculous upside. And the downside, at the lowest they've gotten to is an ETH during the fucking shittiest of the bear, right? Or when somebody was just decimating the floor. But they'll always have buyers because they are crypto punks. And their value is way too far off what V2s are. That gap will close at some point. And it's always the higher crypto punks go, the more V1s close that gap. Because when everybody's priced out of a V2 punk, next best thing is a V1, even if personally I think, the V1 cooler, better, whatever. But V1s are the play. They are the play. Yeah. Still cool. It is a cool piece of history, the first ever punk. It is cool. Again, the rich guys, that can matter a lot to those guys. And that's all that matters. Wouldn't be worth a ton to me, worth a ton to the guys that like that stuff. Cool. I love it, Atari. Yeah, I just think a V1 belongs in every collection, and they can only belong in less than 10,000. Some are just gone for good. But a V1 is just, I just think it's the coolest NFT, period. The whole CryptoPunk story is the V1 punks. Joven, yeah, actually, there was a girl who came in this chat like 2 days after that coin launched and was shilling us on it. I'm like, I hope it cooks for you. I'm not buying it, but I'm like, I hope it cooks for you. And then it cooked. Serial number is more important than the first mint. Yeah, possibly. I've been too scared to PFP that V1 after Atari told me it's cringe to wear it. But maybe it's true. But I think they're so special. Let's hop over on Fake World Assets. There's there was some stuff shaking up here a little bit. The top, what was it? The top like position here, like amount staked behind that, like 10,000 token NFT, that was removed. So now the top thing in here, 276 ETH staked with this CryptoPunk. So a floor punk, I think that's a floor punk. And we got like a little over $500,000. We've got a friendship bracelet with 10 ETH. Crazy. I always come back to that, Choida. I feel like they did something. God, my memory's so bad, but I feel like they did something to like help or fix that or something. And also like, and I've been consistent with this. This is a me thing. So your take, I totally get it. Like real fair take, right? And then for me, the art is like the last thing I care about with it. To me, it's just the receipt that I care about, the ticket stub, So I get that if you value the art, like that. Yeah, about those V1s, yeah. Hey, maybe I should just rock it and try to be part of that change. FWA spins will be juicy if the token dips and it's under 0.1 to spin. I hope if Adam comes out with a great announcement about the FWA token utility and that other stuff, then it can rip. Oh, I didn't know that. You get more to spin than you do staking. I didn't know that. Okay. It's good to know. There were a couple big positions stuck put up here. So we still got to get this site updated. I let the team know about this yesterday. And like, I'm not sure. Sometimes some of these changes we make to the site take so long to make. And by the time you make the change, the protocol's already like, the craziest times already in the past, right? And I wonder if we're waiting to see how this plays out before we fix it. Because right now, I got to get this to load. But like, right, we have these positions people are putting up NFT with some crypto, and they're showing as sales, even though they're not sales, right? They're just, what the fuck? But we saw like a crypto dick butt with like 300, it was like $300,000. And we saw, I think a 10,000 token or a Nakamigo with a similar thing, but it was like 500,000. Yeah, here it is, 10,000 tokens, 458 grand, which was just somebody depositing it on the website. I think maybe is it when somebody withdraws it, it looks like a sale, or something there on chain like is registered for, for us as a sale. But yeah, we had a 10,000, almost a $500,000 10,000 token position, like a 300 something thousand dollar Nakamigo, similar with a dick butt. We had it with a FWOG too. Anything like this that just looks kind of out of place, then it's there. Yeah. Yeah, Atari, the risk is up there. Especially if you're doing a little amount, then the odds are higher you get hit, right? That's why it's so tricky. It's almost like it's built for whales. The more you put, the lower the odds that somebody hits your position. But you lose more too, right? So it's like, it's tricky. But if you put a bit, if you've put like $100 or even 1,000, it's low compared, it's a smaller amount. Like the odds that you get hit and lose your shit, it's up there. It's weird because I love it. It's so clever, but also I'm like, I don't love things that are designed for whales. And this feels really, really, really designed for whales. Or even if it wasn't designed that way, that's kind of what it turned into. Okay, so that's actually, Musty's got the point here though. That is who you want to cater to, because if you don't have them in their liquidity, then you don't have anything. So he's right. You actually do have to do that. So thank you for checking me, Musty. Musty's right. Yeah, if you don't have them, you're fucked. It's what fucked virtuals. They didn't take care of their virtual whales. Put up 0.05 ETH and a 10,000 token, and you made 100. Musty's awesome, man. So there's the dick butt. A couple nice Panini sales. I feel like there were a couple other that have now cycled off the page, but there were a couple other sales. Well, not sales, positions. So again, the Nakamigo, the dick butt, the FWOG. In fact, if we go here, yeah, like all of these would have been positions on yeah, all of these were positions on FWA. Like all of them. Man, what a cool platform. Just so cool. So yeah, they added friendship bracelets. Dude, none. There's no point. And a lot of people are starting to point that out, and maybe they were already doing it, but people are pointing that out. So first off, when they add new collections, again, when you read this, don't overthink it. It doesn't mean anything that they add something here, other than you just got a cheaper entry to stake or deposit, right? Because like before, the floor to get in was like 0.07. Like cheapest NFT to stake in there was like a Wolf Game or 10,000 token. All of a sudden, it got cheaper because FWOGs are 0.02 or 3 or 4 or whatever. So all of a sudden, you can throw a FWOG in there, or you could throw a friendship bracelet at 0.01 or whatever. Now, all of a sudden, you've got a real cheap entry to get in. But beyond that, it doesn't do anything. I do think that's going to change. Like I'm really sure that's going to change. We need to run the current collections through an AI to calculate what collections could dude. So I'm glad you said that, because I was going to forget, and I'm glad you said it. I would bet a lot of money, not because I know, but I would just assume that there's probably some insider trading going on with this stuff. I would just assume. I want to believe there's everything is like super ethical and kosher with this stuff. But man, if you know what collection he's going to list, and somebody could just go back and check, go look through friendship bracelets and FWOGs and stuff and see if they got bought up before the announcement and if they were sold. Because I think there's a lot of money to be made on this right now if you just know what he's going to list next. Yeah, it's always there, so I assume it's happening here. It has to be. It's like it should be celebrated if that didn't happen, because it always happens. But he's got to keep that real tight. I'm not saying he doesn't, or I'm just saying, like, we know crypto. He's got to keep his fucking plans real tight, because otherwise, like, a lot of money to be made on this stuff, like almost 50,000 in volume at the time of that screenshot in a 24-hour period. And if you do that on all the collections, like, there's a lot of money to be made front running these announcements. So I don't know. My gut tells me like there's a story there. If somebody wanted to dig into those collections and just look and see what was bought up ahead of time, and if it was flipped after the announcement, I just bet you it's there, because it's in almost everything. But there's a good amount of volume in this stuff, and it wouldn't shock me. It's more than that. I just expect that that's happening. I do. I just expect it. I hear the platform's kind of buggy too. Like, you deposit, and when it's deposited with the ETH behind it, people can hit it in the game. And but the perk is you can withdraw it whenever. How much would it suck to like have it stuck there and you can't withdraw? And it's broken, and apparently it's broken often. And it's broken, and all of a sudden somebody hits it when you didn't even want it out there. That would suck. I think it's happened. It probably has happened. But anyway, yeah, back to the NFT. You don't need to put in a Grail NFT. I tweeted this yesterday. After our stream, I'm like, hang on a second. The NFT is like arbitrary. The NFT is only there for a narrative. Exactly like Dumpster. You don't need to go swap the meme coin and swap back for Sol and then distribute that Sol. You don't need to do that at all. But it gives you something to tweet and show off. But it doesn't need it. Cheapest NFT is all you need. But that feels like the first thing they change, as in, you got to put up 85% of the value of the NFT. That you have to do. But they probably need to tweak it where, and at most, you can only put up like 3x the amount of ETH, the value of the NFT. 3x the value is the most ETH you can deposit. They got to do something like that. Because otherwise, it's just going to be cheapest NFT, huge pile of ETH. And the risk is still there, but there's no splashy story if somebody doesn't hit a big NFT. Yeah, he's got to do that. He's got to do that. I'm trying to think, what's the incentive for him to do that? I think it's just to keep more people deposited. But after the 15 days, after this initial like emissions thing, it's different. I don't think you'll have to. There'll be a different reason to like deposit. So. Yeah, man, I just think the platform is so cool. Yeah, dude. Yeah, some exchanges are going bye-bye. Yep. Yeah, we're interesting time for crypto here. I can't remember if I mentioned this yesterday. I think I did, but either way, very cool to see Adam in the crypto bats. Aspen Shredder, awesome fucking dude, sent Adam Weitzman a legendary crypto bat. So cool. I wanted to send Adam some Aussie originals. I did talk yesterday about it, but I wanted to send him some Aussie originals. I just need to send it to him. Dude, did Adam buy Creeps? I think Adam bought Creeps. And now Creeps suddenly have like kind of new life in them, because Adam on the board at Yuga, and he'll find ways to like shoehorn them in. And they had like a fine relationship anyways, but yeah, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. We got the Rec Markets thing. Cool. New monthly subscription. Like, I don't know. Is it 60 grand? No, I'm sorry. $60 a month for like that. Something like that. Pretty cool. Love OSF, right? Like, that guy's awesome. You have until Tuesday if you wanted to buy packs, those Cleanosaurus packs. If they don't sell out by Tuesday, sales over, and like just more limited stuff. This is fucking great, by the way. The only thing that I didn't love about this, and actually it's probably fine mechanic-wise, it probably is awesome, but I didn't love that you can't get the rarest cards unless you craft them. I do think that's cool, but also I want to crack a pack and hit something crazy, and I don't think there's any crazy crack in these packs. You can get bigger token allocations, but I don't think any of the token allocations are crazy. There's no life-changing anything in these packs. So, like, that's a bummer if you're a filthy degen, that's a bummer. But those packs, probably cool to have a few packs like wrapped. So I bought 2 total. I might grab like 5 more and just sit on them. And they're probably, I don't expect value out of them, but still kind of cool. Yeah, mint over Tuesday. And then that Hebrew token goes and, cool stuff. They also got a mint coming up like a collectible, just digital collectible. Oh, wait. Is it on Digitoys? Yeah. Yeah. Cool shit. Fog's got a hoodie coming, which it looks like. And that actually looks really good. I'm a little salty about Fogs, though. I'm just salty about that like physical claim they did, that it was only open for a week. And if you didn't see the tweets, there's just a few of them. But if you didn't see the tweets, you didn't get your physicals. Like, fuck, man. I had a few of those 12 packs. Like I wanted those physicals. And I missed them because I didn't see the tweets. Or if I saw them, I bookmarked it to come back to and I just missed it. And man. Yeah, I don't think those Fogs are getting anything legit, though, Joven. Right? I think what the volume we're seeing is because they got listed. They got listed on what's it called? On FWA. But okay, that's interesting if they're in ads and stuff. They're cool. I think they are really, really cool. Like I like them a lot. I still think Reveal was anticlimactic a little bit. And but well-connected dude, works for Yuga Labs, great art, the meme coin's crazy, all that stuff. So, Fogs are good. I still got mine. I actually got it listed somewhere. Actually, let me see how my shit's looking. I don't think we got anything wild going on right now. I saw proxies are up again. I just see that the bids are coming up, 0.14 ETH. Cool. I've had a couple bites on, not much on this guy. It's a bummer that when these burn the death and taxes, you don't see what they sold for on the prior contract, right? So nobody sees that I probably stupidly bought it for an ETH. So nobody's going to see that. They just look at it as, oh, the trait floor, the trait is anonymous. The floor is 0.07. Nobody sees the story, man. The story, the fucking on-chain lore matters. And then I had a bid on this monkey for 0.3. Could have taken it, should have taken it. I bought him for 0.07. Anything's pretty much a win on this guy. But I'm still fishing with those. I'm not like actively trying to move it. I'm fishing. I'm fishing with those guys. Let's see what else. Mega ETH is like just almost toast. I don't think they're actually almost toast. Otherwise, I would have sold these, but I'm still holding on those netizens. Still think those got some life. Nakamigos are, I'm kind of tempted to sell the Nakamigo just into this whatever little pump we got going. Rec guy are up a little bit. Here's the Fog. I got him listed now. I won't get 0.19, but we'll see if we get a decent bid. Wait. Who's going to do mechanics? I do want a Klano dude back. Actually, it's why I have those things listed. I fish with them here and there, but I put them up to list when I decided I need a Klano. Like I need a Klano. I'm hoping death and taxes when that stuff really kicks into gear. I hope these get up to like 0.3 again. To 0.5 would be sweet because I'll sell all the proxies and I'm going to buy a Klano for sure. Oh, okay. The artist Satari must die. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I hope these get to 0.5. That'd be sweet. I would love to lock in 2 ETH and I'll buy a Klano. I'll chill with the rest. But yeah, tempted to move the rec guy. But if NFTs get hot, that'll get back to like 0.7, maybe up to 1. Nakamigos back to like 0.3 or some shit. Like they're like, I don't have a lot of NFTs worth a ton anymore, right? But there's a few things there that'll be okay. There's a few things there that are decent, right? The Jenny Kong always throws off this wallet, right? Because it's like I can't ever sell it, right? That was a gift from Henry. I can never sell it. So this thing is worth nothing. Nothing. So it's looking kind of sad, but all that matters is staying alive. What's up, Luna? Good morning, man. All that matters is staying alive and staying liquid enough that you can play stuff, man. Oh, dude, Atari, easy. V1. V1s are my favorite NFT. Just not, it's not even close. And I love Kongs, but V1, it's not even close, man. It's not even close. They're just, I just think it's a CryptoPunk to me. There's nothing I'm attached to and I love and I believe in as much as a CryptoPunk, a V1 punk. There's nothing. And part of that was just like living through that moment where they went crazy and being like, oh yeah, that's what happens when it clicks for people. Look at the beanie punk. The one that's got that bid. Hang on, why am I not fine? Oh, dude, is it not? I'm either missing it or that trait's not here because it's on the marketplace, not wrapped. I think it's not wrapped, or I'm just not seeing it. But I think I'd have to go to the market. I'm probably just retarded though. No, let's scroll. Yeah, there's a beanie. Oh, it's a hair trait. Fucking idiot, huh? But yeah, that guy I don't think is wrapped. Don't think is wrapped. Oh, dude, sounds amazing. Sounds so good. I'm excited. After this, I'm gonna go get moving, right? It's treadmill, and then gotta lift today. That shit's awesome. Dude, I need a coffee today. I haven't had a coffee in a minute. Last sale, 55 ETH. What a beautiful thing. Last sale, 20 ETH. Last sale, 38 ETH. Last sale, 10 ETH. Top offer, 7.75. Like Atari, I would get a V1 above anything. And again, just set it for a decade. Last sale, 65 ETH. Like special collection, man. I would lock up a V1 as long as possible. I would just have it forever. Because at some point you're not going to be, I just know this. At some point, nobody's going to be able to afford a CryptoPunk and nobody's going to be able to afford a V1. The only one that will be sort of affordable, it'll be like how CryptoPunks are now. You're like, oh, I'm a big play from being able to get a CryptoPunk. At some point, it's going to be CryptoPunks, never going to get it. At some point, I'll hit a big play and I can get a V1. The fucking best. A lot more red today, huh? A lot more red. Some of the FWA pump dying down a little bit. 7187. I think that's it. Boy, as much as I love it, it's not like seared into my brain, huh? No, 3917. Yeah, but to be fair, Musty, I also said buy them when they were 5 ETH and 7 ETH and 3 ETH. But especially when they were at 1. Like they're going to like 30. They're, okay, realistically, in the next year, they're going to hit 5 to 10 ETH. They are in the next, by the end of next year. How about that? Let's just be like super realistic. By the end of next year, they're going to 5 for sure. And pretty good chances they have another crazy little thing and they go to fucking 10, 15. Oh, me. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. They're going to go to some stupid level. They're also going to do that thing where they get to a level and they never fall below it. which could be around where they're at now. 2, I could see them below 2, but I think they're going to get to a point where they're just never, and they're a while off from that. What was the number again? 7187. 7187. Yeah, dude. Yep. My damn, I'm trying to remember the one I sold forever ago. I wish you could search your sales. Like in your activity. I wish you could like dial it into a specific collection. I don't think you can, right? Oh, maybe you can. Hang on. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Man, that was the best. I thought I had a purple hat one, but now I got it mixed up. The purple hat I had was my Bitcoin punk. That was the purple hat. Yeah. $26.5 ETH. But I loved this one. This one I fucking loved. I thought this would be my forever one, but when I realized, hey, 27 ETH is kind of awesome, then, I had to let him go. I love that one. Favorite trait, it's got the red beard. Like, I love that one. But yeah, actually, in Musty Milady's one, I would love. But yeah, this is the one I flipped for. Yeah, 25-ish. $26.5, yeah. 70. Why are my fucking numbers off in my head? I remembered it different. I remembered that as like 90 grand. What did I sell for 90 or 96 or something like that? Dude, I have such boomer brain. It's crazy. That poor guy bought it for 71 grand, sold it for 35. Not long after too, man. He bought it in January and he sold it in March for half of what he bought it for. That sucks. That sucks. It was pretty good. Doesn't beat Atari's 0.2 to 10. I need some of those. I need some of those. And now is the time to maybe get some of those well, no, those times are in, mint or early on to like peak FOMO kind of stuff. I need some of those plays. But that was fun. That was a fun win. I can't remember now what I sold for 96. I remember it too, because I remember being I was like, I can't believe I'm right there, almost a 6-figure trade. But need to make those more common. We need to. That's the goal. That's the goal. Next time, next fucking cycle, next whatever. Dude. I just know that it's going to be magic again, and the opportunities will be here again. That's it. Stay clicking. Don't put yourself out of the game. That's it. I can't believe Sheeb. All right, let me think or check if there's anything else. Dude, was there any funny fucking memes? I was going to talk some Pump Fun, updates too. I kind of don't care. Yeah, I kind of don't care. I don't think I had any funny videos from this week too. Should I look? You know what? Let's just peek. Because why not? Let's peek at the bookmarks. I try to pick out some funny things. Let's see. I don't think there was much this week though, or I didn't see it at least, right? Yeah, whatever. There's link in other side. Again, other side's looking pretty awesome. I need to hop back in and feel what kind of like improvements they had there. This poor fucking guy.
The English here have nothing to lose.
Oh goodness. Yeah. Oh man. Bro just lost the ability to walk, I think. He actually, like I checked this morning, dude. I want that. I want that so bad. No, I don't have one. I don't. I've chucked some offers at him. That dude's fine, by the way. Crazy. But that dude, like, no major injury. He's out of the hospital already, I think. That looked crazy. But, yeah, the real Batman I really, really want. Have all the rest. That's the only one just One day. Also, I don't care. I like all the Aussie originals, and so I've got some, and I'm not even I have so many of those, and I'm not even holding them for like upside. Don't care. Just I actually got dupes of them all. I have like probably 10 of the like most common one just to give away. Right? Like I just got them to give out. This is the funniest fucking parody video on Odyssey. So funny, dude. By the way, make sure you go see the Odyssey while it's still in theaters. You have to. It's so great. There was a leak on X yesterday. Somebody put out the whole movie. Watched a bit of it. It's just excellent. Just like such a good movie. I think we wrap there. Yeah. 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 All right, boys. Well, shit, that was fun. Oh, no way, dude. Oh, dude, Atari, ping me after. I got to know what you think. I've got to know what you think. Go. By the way, it sucks. The movie sucks. Go in thinking the movie's going to suck. Ash Robin got paid 100 ETH to see him for bats and then quit after Mint. He never went into Discord. I think that's a true story. Yep. That is a true story. Man, guys got paid back in the days. Crazy stuff. I think there was even more than that too, is just like other perks and shit. Yeah, I think that dude made some pretty damn good money. Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like it was like $500,000 in some kind of whatever. Pretty good. That facts right there. Closer to the bottom for sure. We're right in that territory, and yeah, that's some kind of amazing reversal going to get nice. Yeah. Well, time to just pay. I think it's time to pay attention. I'd be watching this shit very, very closely, all of it, because it turns in an instant. It does. That's the one thing I remember. Remember those days you wake up and everything's up 10%. Like just wild. That's coming, and you get days of that in a short amount of time. Like that's coming. Dude, imagine if Bitcoin, we wake up tomorrow morning and Bitcoin's at 75 or I don't know. And then the next day or a couple days after we're at 89. You know what I mean? Like just gets fun. It gets very fun. That's right, dude. Some mods for other projects got paid 5 to 10 ETH a month. Yep. It was wild back in the day. Like the best gig, dude, the best job you could get on planet Earth for a small stretch of time was being a Discord mod. How crazy is that? The best job you could get on Earth was modding an NFT Discord. The good old days, man. Now that I don't think ever comes back. But the kind of prices we saw for a minute there, yep. Convinced of it. So yeah. All right, boys. I hope Sunday is excellent. Atari, ping me. Ping me after you see it. I got to know what you think. The movie sucks, though. Follow me on X, Mind Maxing. It's Inside NFTs on YouTube. And shit, boys. Fun hanging. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.